I don't think I've ever stood in front of my camera with a boner before. This is a new experience for me. Hey guys, Davey Wavy here. Now, I know that I'm not exactly known as like an investigative reporter, but one of the things that I've always found particularly curious is like when you ask someone how big their dick is on Grindr, like the numbers that we share with each other, like let's just be honest, are not actual inches. That like if you search what the average penis size is, it's something like 5.5 inches. And yet on Grindr, I would say probably the average penis that someone will say is like 7 inches or so. So there's something that's happening. Either gay men have particularly large penises, which I've actually read some research indicating that gay men on average are more hung than our straight counterparts, which is just amazing to me. But I think that there's gotta be like a little bit of embellishment that's going on. So anyway, I was chatting with someone from my marketing team at Himrose TV because we're having our big dick sale this month, which is 9 months of Himrose TV for just $9.55 per month. And this topic of like internet inches came up, and we were trying to figure out a way that I could do this online. And I thought, well, fuck, I'll just measure my dick. Like I know what the number is that I share on Grindr, right? And when I share that number and then hook up with someone, no one ever says to me like, oh, there's a mismatch here. Like I'm using the correct number for the length of my penis. Now I'm not gonna disclose what that number is to you all, and not that you even care, but what I am gonna do is now get a boner and then measure my penis and see what the discrepancy is between those inches, like online inches, Grindr inches, and then real life inches. All right, so I am fully erect and now I'm gonna do the measurement. I don't think I've ever stood in front of my camera with a boner before. This is a new experience for me. This is my tape measure. These always make me nervous with the sharp edges on them. Ooh, all right, I'm gonna be careful. So, survey says about 1.25 inch difference between what one says online, what I say online, and then what my actual inches are. But wait, it might also depend on where on your penis you measure from. If I measure from underneath, that might actually be a different number, so hang on. I wish I just had like a fucking ruler. Okay. There's like obviously you can get pretty creative in measuring your penis. Like if you measure from underneath and like under your balls, obviously you're gonna get a bigger number, but I don't think anyone actually thinks that from your balls to the tip of your penis is what counts. So yeah, I would say there's like 1.25 inch difference between my number, my actual number, and the online number that I use. And I'm not saying this because I think that like the number that I use is a lie. My point is that the numbers that we use online, it's almost like a different measurement system. And it's funny because as much as we talk about like penis size and inches and that becomes this currency online, I realized that until this moment, I don't think that I've measured my penis in like probably like 10 plus years. Like it's certainly been a while, which is like also interesting because it's probably the part on your body where you're most aware of the size because of all the culture around us and this idea that like the bigger your penis is, the more you are worth as a man, which is not just like toxic and transphobic, but like also completely ridiculous. I feel like if we had a healthier relationship with the size of our penis, not only would there be fewer SUVs and trucks on the road, but fewer wars, and this world would be a better place to live. I think there is this like fundamental feeling inside of a lot of men of like not being big enough, not taking up enough space, not being enough. The irony in all of it is like if I want you to just think for a second about like the best sex that you've ever had in your life, the time where you've experienced the most pleasure. Like, it probably was most likely independent from the size of the penis that you were with, or the the size of the penis attached to the person who you were with. And I think there's a few exceptions in my life where I've had really good sex with like big penises, but in general, like actually like a medium size or smaller penis, for me, it feels really better. I get it. Like I just as much as the next person totally crave big dicks, but it is for me oftentimes a situation of my eyes being bigger than my appetite, that like when I'm actually getting fucked by a big dick, I find myself like, okay, like this is fun for like 5 minutes, but for a more average sized guy, like I could get fucked for a long time and really enjoy it. And the next day I'm not like walking around like this because my ass is split in half. Anyway, these are all really complex truths for us to explore, but I'm really grateful that you're here for this journey of investigative discoveries. And truly, we would love to have you on Himeros TV, where you can get 9 months of Himeros TV for $9.55 per month, and you can be part of our weekly conversations. We have an hour-long video chat where we discuss the videos. It's really this incredible community where you can not just get off, but you can get inspired. Oh, it should be our new tagline. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, more to come.